We have been talking about the story we found online about a woman business coach who stated that buying assets without the consent of your spouse is tantamount to initiating divorce. According to her, if you call yourselves partners, then none of you have any justification to do that to each other. Do you agree with her or not? Join the conversation. Call us on 081-270-5368 or 091-390-76948. Or you can tweet to us using the hashtag #YourViewOnTVC. Damola, go ahead. You had something to say, please.
Yes.
I can't wait to hear.
I was actually going to, continue your thoughts about.
Are you sure?
Yeah, maybe not exactly. I was just going to buttress it. There are some people who have had bad experiences in the past. So, for example, in the developed world, we know how divorce can be messy when you have to split your assets 50-50 between you and your wife when you need to go your separate ways. So, if such a person has experienced that in the past, has been in a marriage that he or she had to forfeit like 50% of their assets, there's a high chance that the next marriage they get into, they will not declare everything. In fact, they would make the spouse sign a prenuptial agreement to say that if we go on our separate ways...
You never see love.
I'm saying that there's a possibility. I'm not saying that is how it
general.
Is. Yeah, but there's a possibility that such a person might be extra careful in declaring all they have because they have trust issues. They don't know if you're coming in for what they own. And some women actually do it. They target men who are wealthy, and then they date them for a while and
go through the divorce.
Yeah, go through a divorce and ensure that they get 50%.
They get, of course.
So
that
kind of person would be very,
opportunities. Those ones are trying to take advantage of the situation.
I also wanted to remind us that sometimes it's not because the spouses want to hide their properties. It's just the situation they found themselves.
Absolutely.
So take, for instance, a man who has made money, has gotten everything. You're coming into the house as a housewife without shishi, gummy your bum. Just come, just come and dump you, right? And you sit down, and in a few months, you're expecting him to start changing his papers and putting your name. It's not going to work.
Happen.
Yeah. Or he starts, buying things in your name. He starts showing you somebody who just got married to you. He's already made. He's done his work for years and everything. He'll now come and give you, hey, madam, this is my pay slip. This is how much I'm earning. This is it's not going to happen. And we know that most Africans...
Why though?
So, some men already have family responsibilities before getting married. So especially those men that don't marry early. Maybe it's the first son from a family. I'm just giving scenarios here. Yeah. It could be either way. And he's been the one taking care of his family members, he's the one paying the younger one's school fees, he's doing a lot on that front. And then he marries a woman who doesn't have anything to her name. Even his family members will call him a fool if he carries everything to give her or shows her all the assets. This is somebody that's just coming in. She has not even earned her place.
Sometimes
and in some parts of Nigeria, you have to earn that your place by giving birth to like 4 boys.
Call on the line. Okay. Princess calling from Ikorodu. Good morning, Princess. Glad to have you. Go ahead with your contribution. Yes.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Howdy.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy to hear your voice. Happy today.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So, I want to contribute. See, I started making money.
Could you speak
Clara? About, no, can you hear me?
Right, better now.
When my husband was making money, I didn't most of that. I didn't know much about it. Thank God I started making my own money. By the time my person ran, he knew about it. He was even the one that carried on the project, everything.
Okay,
Was struggling,
unfortunately,
it's muffled.
yes, it's muffled, and we
Struggling,
couldn't really get the crux of what she was saying. But she was saying, "Thank God about something." I think they worked together.
I think she wanted to share her own
Yes, she
experience.
wanted to share her experience. Unfortunately, but if you could call back, we would appreciate that. You wanted to say something?
Yes, I was going to ask Beecee, if the case was reversed, I mean, so if a woman was made already, a more mature woman, you know, just saying, okay, it's only a husband I just need now and just marry somebody else, would you still give that advice?
Yes, now. Why would you want to give everything to somebody you are just marrying? I don't understand. Let that person
You have to earn your place.
Yes.
No,
Let
That one
that
is
person
even more so,
earn that place.
Please.
Because you have made your money.
I want to understand what we mean by earning your place.
Okay.
What did you see in the person before you decided to bring that person into your home as your spouse? Did the person not have the quality of someone who has positioned themselves as earning a place in
Yes.
your heart in the first place for you to decide to marry them?
Veronica-
I'm asking a question.
Veronica, you know that the way women are wired, they can easily give you their heart but not their money. Have you people heard that before? Have you heard that before? A woman can easily give the heart, but it's tougher to give the money.
Okay,
So when
Princess
a
is
woman
back.
gets to a point where she gives the money, she has given all.
All right, Princess. All right, thank you for calling back. All right, you can go ahead
Okay,
with your
thank you.
contribution. Yes.
So he was the one carrying out this. I was saying. He got this speech and said, I like.
We have a
It's really
challenge
muffled.
with your line. It's muffled and we can't really hear you. But if you can drop comments on our Twitter page using the hashtag Your View on TVC, we'll definitely find that comment. Or you can go to our YouTube page and drop your comments. We'll definitely read that.
Yes, so
I was,
yes, you asked the question, right?
Yes.
Didn't you trust the person before bringing the person?
we were talking about earning your place.
Yes, and in your place. So we know that even in leave money aside now, even in romantic relationships, when you get in and you start and it leads to marriage, it's not everything you tell your partner in the first 2, 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, 2 years. There are some things you will still share later on that has happened to you before you met.
So,
but you feel like
earning your place is trust.
trust. That's the trust. But the trust
Right.
is not. The trust and the romantic emotions don't go together if you want to be logical. Trust needs to be earned, whether it's a colleague relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's a marriage relationship, and it takes its phases. So where people get into trouble is where you allow your romantic feelings to get a hold of you,
Becloud your
becloud
mind.
your sense of
Yes,
judgment,
yes.
and then you carry all your resources and give to this guy who, especially for, if it's the woman, like your own case now, if it's a woman that is married,
Not her
younger,
case, though, not her case.
Like my
Question.
if it's a woman that's marrying down, marrying the younger man. You
Marrying down.
You don't even know, men marry down most of the time. You don't even know where he's coming from. You don't know his agenda. You don't know if he wants to take your properties and leaves you without. And you know, most women who even do that, let's take for instance, she's had a first marriage and then the husband dies. And she has assets, properties.
Yeah.
She's raising her children on the side. And she decides, I need companionship. And she brings this guy home. Before you realize, the guy is commanding everything and also carrying girl on the side. It's this husband that is late, the husband's property. And then you say, you should have trusted before you bring them in. These things are not that way. But I like how you did your own when you commented about it. You said, if this person is a spender and this person is a saver, you must understand in an ideal situation who should manage the assets and the properties. Who you must have that conversation. If it's the woman that is more prudent, let her be the manager. If you want to go far in life, it's not about sex, it's not about who is the head. Two of you are working together as a team. If it's the man that is the spender, you know that you cannot give. Let me give you a typical example. I have a relation whose husband is what they call a fulefu in my place.
Meaning,
A big fool.
Somebody that
chai.
Yeah.
Chai.
So he dupes even her, the wife. They have properties that the woman is struggling. She's working back to back to make sure that they have a home. He will collect money. He will not pay workers. That's somebody that's supposed to work as a team. Maybe you people say ideal situation. Make
No,
sure
that's
you-
not an ideal
that's
situation.
exactly
No, we
what
had painted that already.
a house that they should have completed in 2 years, 7 years, they are still in linted. they have not moved in because he keeps defrauding and defrauding, and this woman will go back, take loan, and all of that. We had to call her and draw her ear. You not get sense. What is wrong with you? So did they give birth to you to come and be slaving for a man?
Exactly.
You know he's a spender, and he spends it on drinks and women. He's not even faithful to you. So why you say, hey, but I love him.
Why
He's the
she
father of
goes
my
to
children.
the-
Are you okay?
So what?
So we had
Those
to
are
jolt her back to reality. In fact, one elder relative had to start collecting money from her to keep on the side, because this is not good for you. This man can wake up one day and not come back home. How do you raise your kids? So you need to protect yourself. If you're like me now, if I'm hiding assets and properties, that would be wickedness on my part, because I'm in an ideal situation where I know everything that comes in, right? But if I was not in an ideal situation, all this advice people are giving with the Bible, you're on your own. I will hide. I will build.
Now, the question
I will protect myself, Sister Veronica. There's nothing I do.
My name is Veronica. But the question is, why is she still in that marriage?
For the children.
Wait, you are not the one that I'm asking questions. She's the one I'm asking questions. Why is she in that marriage? If she knows that she's unhappy, these things are happening, mentally she's drained, physically she's drained, financially she's drained, and yet, what is love that she sees? I need to understand what is this definition of love.
A lot of women are not self-aware. They feel like they are incomplete without a man.
Thank you,
So they always feel that, oh, if I leave my husband's house, somebody will laugh at me. So what if somebody laughs at you? They will talk for a bit and then they would move on. A lot of women need to start choosing themselves first, because the children you're claiming to stay there for,
They will still grow and
they will marry.
Exactly. And even if you die, somebody else will come in and mother them, to be a mother to them, not that I don't want them, and not kill them. Exactly. So we need more boldness. We need more bold women to say that this is enough. I'm not saying any little issue, carry your bags and go. But once you are exhausted, you first. Choose you first, please.
And some people don't
And
have
this
that
whole
strength.
idea, and this whole idea of even, okay, I'm not trying to undermine
No,
situation,
you're
yeah.
getting
But in my
It's not her situation.
no. I mean, the ideal
right?
situation of, you know, the joint account and all of that, how she
Having assets and all.
Exactly. As far as I am concerned, we are not joining anything. Hold your thing. Let me hold my thing. I'm not hiding from you. I'm not saying that, oh, I've not bought something, but I don't want any contract. I don't want you to tell me how to spend my money, because I worked for it. So please, let me use it the way I want to use it.
Really?
Okay, you will not tell him how to spend his own money too.
Why would I?
Are you
spend it?
sure?
Are you
I can advise. If I see that is, of course, I can't even marry someone that is reckless, because to me, before I even choose a man, you have to be a mentor to me. I have to be able to learn from you. I have to look up to you. So you must have that financial discipline.
Why did you make up
But
your
so
mind
I
to
would
go
not-
in this direction? Why did you make up your mind to go in this direction of have your money, do what you like?
It's because
I have my money, do what you like.
Yes.
Because of
And you guys
Because
raise
of
children
experiences.
together.
Maybe not my own experiences, but you learn from people's experiences.
Can you learn positively?
Yes, we can learn positively.
That's our
And that's what I have actually taken away from
That's
me. Like,
our ideal.
take it. I'm not saying we would not pool resources together, but that case of having a joint account where we are pulling
Everything.
no,
together.
mine is mine. Because before I met you, I was an individual by myself.
So you feel lost when you bring your money
I'm not
together?
saying I feel lost, but I do not
Question. Take it as the way we don't know.
I'm not saying I feel lost, but I do not want to lose the whole of me just because I'm in a marriage.
I understand.
I understand your
You have a
views.
business now. You have a job. You have everything.
You've worked so
You
hard
worked
for.
so hard for the. When we started, we had nothing. Sis, we were building together. So, yes.
Okay,
Different
I'm like,
scenarios.
No, you got to drag that
Yes,
leg
I
out.
know.
I really
Don't get always
understand
dragging.
the perspective in which you're coming from. And really, for most independent women, they would naturally speak like you.
Yeah.
But you know, when you now begin to incorporate religion into the conversation, when the Bible says when two now becomes one, you know, you can now begin to change your mindset about this. But reality is that based on experiences that we've seen in times past, our parents, you know, our grandparents, we've seen that if they had had their own, it would have been better for them.
Things would have gone different. Yeah.
So the matter of religion that you brought in now, and the matter of, I don't know why there's that smirk on your face.
She said all these things that you were teaching with Bible.
Don't confuse me now.
I'm not confusing you. I'm only saying there was a smirk on your face, and
Go
I was
ahead.
wondering why. Because religion,
Yes.
we know how much religion holds, the impact it has on the minds of people.
Yeah.
And you can sit with your partner. I'm always up for conversation. There is the religion aspect, right? Yes, you believe, and this is what your scripture or whatever you believe in says with regards to how love is, because the bottom or the root of all of this is love. Love does not seek its own. That is what it says in the scriptures. But then when you know that, okay, this is the path I want to take, are you ready to have a conversation with your partner or the person you got married to, saying, these are my reasons? And you ensure that this person sees reason with you and that this is not going to be a crack on the wall of your marriage that then separates you both at the end of the day. Because if you are saying, I want to go this path, and your partner is not seeing reason, it's another issue.
You move now. They tie you there.
You move.
These are the conversations. These are the conversations you have before actually getting married, right? So if you see that the
If you
person's
have them,
values-
these days I hear that's not what they have.
They don't have those difficult conversations. So
So if you see that the person's values are different from yours, I do not see why you should go ahead with the marriage. And a lot of people actually see these red flags. They can see that their values are different from their
They'll still
spouses,
put their head.
but they will still put their
the
head.
issue is most people think they can change
Correct.
people.
A grown person.
You can influence, but you cannot totally change
You're
someone.
not the Holy Spirit.
I mean, until the person decides to change,
themselves.
then they will change.
Until they are
But you
ready.
can only influence them. Even it is only by the help of so many things that the person is reasonable, the person can see, you have a conversation, and the person understands what you're
Yes,
saying,
sure.
sees the perspective you're coming from, and they decide, okay, let me just agree with you, I see reason. For my own experience, before we got married, my husband began to tell me, okay, this is how much he earns. This one, that. If he does a business, he would tell me. In my head, I was wondering, why are you telling me? Because I didn't understand that perspective initially.
Okay.
I did not.
So you were like,
But now
"Pay
you're
that
enjoying
money."
it, right?
And then it will even help our plan.
Yes.
So when you know the amount coming in from your spouse, you're not
So-
placing unnecessary demands. on this
I'm
person.
telling you,
Yes.
it helps your mind. You don't place unnecessary. Some men, I know of someone who will give all his salary to his wife.
Give me the one for
Give
transport.
me, give me what I need to do what is necessary for me, because she understands his itinerary and all of that. And then you can handle it. You know, the man is at peace, so because he knows that once the money in your hand finishes,
You will find a way.
you will find a
Because
way.
you
You
know.
will not come back to me to ask for anything again. So, but at the end of the day, it made me understand transparency in relationship. There's nothing, it's not difficult, but then it's difficult for some persons. I grew into it.
Okay.
And
I had to grow into it as well. It was difficult in the beginning because
yeah,
my background did not give
I was an
me-
independent person. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's my money. What's this, that? I understand your point.
my background